The ever-expanding Star Wars universe has explored new horizons thanks to TV series such as The Mandalorian and The Book of Boba Fett, with upcoming shows like Ahsoka and Skeleton Crew poised to further expand the franchise's rich lore. Comprising the Mandalorian universe of Star Wars Disney Plus shows, which takes place in the period between Return of the Jedi and Star Wars: The Force Awakens. The aforementioned properties have featured numerous cameos from outside characters of the era, and according to Jon Favreau, Star Wars plans to continue interconnecting its stories. Although crossovers and cameos are inevitable at this point in Star Wars development as one of entertainment's biggest franchises, Lucasfilm's insistence on incorporating many personas in a single property has rarely succeeded in the past and likely will not in the future. Star Wars association with Disney Plus has paved the way for compelling crossovers in the franchise. As the first of 3 original series to air on the platform to date, The Mandalorian introduced new names such as Din Djarin, K.A. Mondo, Pedro Pascal, Grogu, aka Baby Yoda, and Moff Gideon, Giancarlo Esposito, among many others. The show also depicted some familiar Star Wars characters in live action for the first time, like Bo-Katan Kryze, Katie Sackhoff. Similarly, The Book of Boba Fett granted a brief appearance to the popular Star Wars: The Clone Wars villain Cad Bane. The Mandalorian's other notable cameos include Ahsoka Tano, Rosario Dawson, and a CGI version of Mark Hamill's Luke Skywalker. The Book of Boba Fett additionally featured Ahsoka and Luke along with Din Djarin, Grogu, and Cobb Vanth, Timothy Olyphant, in small roles. Favreau recently revealed that Star Wars series taking place in the Mandalorian universe will continue to feature cameos from post-Return of the Jedi characters. He said such crossovers affords us the opportunity to have stories that interconnect and characters that go from one story to the other. By doubling down on this strategy, Favreau implies that cameos will be a regularity as the stories expand. While character cameos, when incorporated properly, can enrich a show's narrative, Star Wars is yet to prove that it has a grasp on how to maximize its Disney Plus series potential through crossovers. Star Wars TV show cameos are inevitable, but an increasing problem. The problem with Star Wars cameos in its TV series lies in their distraction from an individual property's main characters. The Book of Boba Fett's onslaught of surprise appearances in its later episodes entirely removed the spotlight from the show's titular character. Choosing to focus on Din Djarin and Grogu's endeavors and intersecting them with Luke and Ahsoka made the Book of Boba Fett feel like an entirely different show in which none of the characters fit an overarching narrative. Moreover, the more limited involvement and quick death of Bane reduced a perennially formidable villain to a laughingstock. Original Star Wars characters like Luke and others such as Ahsoka deserve to have their stories told, but cameos often come across as superficial and undersell these popular figures. When Star Wars insists on centering cameos in each of its series, the franchise commits too much to wooing audiences for a brief moment or two. An increased presence of character cameos doesn't bode well for Star Wars' future. Lucasfilm's refusal to introduce new characters without eventually overshadowing them with appearances of figures from other properties implies a lack of confidence in their plans. Appealing to fans' nostalgia is understandable to keep older audiences engaged. However, Star Wars has restricted the potential of its new characters and stories in the process. Hype surrounding cameos should not lie at the center of upcoming Star Wars projects in the Mandalorian universe, though all signs indicate otherwise. Key release dates: Rogue Squadron release date, the 22nd of December 2023.
With a gentle touch, you tell me what all love I have to share. It must be 'cause you are what I all knew. Only you do know, you do know, you do know. Only you do know the Aquarius. Still moving, still sad, thought to know what went wrong. Have sat there low out of the wind, what if you could bring them down